Hey, what's up you guys? How are you? Again, it's Kevin Schmidt, physical therapist, bike fitter out here in Portland, Oregon at Pedal PT. So here's another great question. Some people feel these are silly questions, but hey, if somebody's got a question, probably somebody else has that same question. So let's talk about it. So had somebody reach out to me via email asking, if I get a cleat fitting and I get my cleats kind of dialed in where I want them and perfect, if I switch bikes, like if I've got a mountain bike with an SPD and then I move to a road bike with the SPD, is there anything I need to do to my cleats or my shoes to change that based on the style of the riding? I think this is a great question because oftentimes we think about it, the bikes ride so differently from a road bike to a mountain bike to a gravel bike. But ultimately, when it comes to your feet, if you're gonna be clipping into that cleat and you've got that positioned correctly, all of the bikes should also want that same foot position. There's nothing that we would want to adjust or change depending on the bike or the different style of the bike as well. So once that foot is in that optimal position will be the same, whether that's a mountain bike, a road bike, a gravel bike, cyclocross, touring, you name it. All of that would be roughly about the same. The only thing that I could see there being a possibility or a change is that, let's say you're running from a road bike with SPD pedals, and all of a sudden now you're getting on a bike with a significantly wider bottom bracket, significantly wider Q angle with the cranks, then there's a possibility that you may need to possibly bring the cleats to allow the feet to come in or out accordingly depending on that style of bike. But as far as forward, fore and aft of that cleat, that should be the same. The only thing that would change possibly if you're moving from, let's say, a road bike to a fat bike or a road bike to something with a significant width of stance change, you would possibly need to slide that to accommodate that difference. So hopefully that makes sense. If you guys have questions about that, please drop a question below. Happy to always answer any sort of questions or specific questions that you might have. But otherwise, most of the time, if you're going from a gravel bike to a road bike to a cyclocross bike, most of the time you're not really adjusting those cleats at all. So adjust them once, leave them there. If you tend to start getting symptoms from a significantly different bike, especially one with a lot different in width of stance, you may need to modify that just a little bit. So anyway, hope that was helpful for you. If you guys found any value in that, please click like and consider subscribing. Again, it's your questions that keep this channel going, and there are no foolish questions. We'll tackle all of them as well. So anyway, have a great rest of your day. Again, Kevin Schmidt, physical therapist out here in Portland, Oregon. Have a great day. We'll see you next time. Cheers. Peace.